Right, so did a fair bit today. So good. So first lesson. So really good to see that you've already got the basic chords down. So that's a big help. So we know then that chords after that then are either going to be bar chords. So like there's F minor there, for example, right? You just take E minor, as we said. Use your little fingers for it. Up a fret. But this business here is one of the toughest things you'll do. So we had a little exercise for that. I'll get to that in a second, okay? So the first thing we did was a couple of variations of chords, right? So you know um, A minor. So a nice little variation on that is A minor 7. Okay? So then you know, so that's just A minor without the third finger. Easy enough. All right, so then from there you know C, but then C without the first finger is C major 7. Okay, and as I said, we'll get into why they're called what they're called maybe in the next lesson. All right. Then we had a lovely one, E minor add 9. So that's first finger, third or fourth finger up onto the fourth fret on the fourth string. All right, and remember for that reach, if you're having trouble kind of stretching out like that, always bring your thumb down to about there. Okay. All right, so if it's up here, your hand will kind of scrunch up and that'll happen, right? So just open out your hand a bit more by bringing your thumb back. And it should be about in the middle of the chord. So kind of not back here or up here, but just in the middle of wherever your fingers are. Okay? And then D sus 4 or suspended 4. So that's just a D chord, D major, without the middle finger, without this one. Open E string. So the whole thing, we've got. And as well as that, with the other basic chords that you know, see what you can do to them just by changing something, right? So let's take a different example. Like we'll go for E minor, let's say, right? So maybe just take this one away, and you've got E minor 7, right? And you could add this one in. There's E minor add 9 again. It's not this one, it's this one. That's E minor add 9, and so is this. And I'll get into how that works in a second. E minor 7, E minor 6. We had a look at this one as well. I like this one. E sus 4. So you see the way there's all kinds of different options to add or take away fingers and throw in notes that weren't there originally. So just see what happens with that. So we had those variations. Then just to get us going on the lead thing, we did the pentatonic scale. Okay, so again, that's two notes. So you have this in the tabs anyway. So, but two notes on every string. First of every two starts on the same fret each time. So in this case, just open, no fret, and then you're going up to 3, then up 2, up by 3 frets, up by 2, 2, 2, 3, 3. Okay. Okay, and then you can go back down the way as well. Okay, so generally with the pick, okay, easier to do this kind of stuff with the pick generally, right? But we'll get into the kind of finger style and all that later on as well. Try and get into the habit of going down up with the pluck. Okay, so instead of just going down 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 like that, do it down up the way. So down up down up down up. Okay. So that's the pentatonic scale. So we didn't really do anything with the pentatonic scale, but I just want you to get familiar with it so you kind of know your way around it. Then the last thing was a little exercise to kind of strengthen your hand up for those bar chords, right? And just kind of, feel out that sort of whole barring business, right? So really easy idea. And I'd say anytime you play the guitar or do some practice, do this at the end, right? So your hand is kind of wrecked after it, just to get it strong. So just take 2 strings, any fret, 3 strings, and 4, And once you get to 4, that's when it starts getting tough. So what you want to do is just kind of find the best spot. So for example, the differences are very subtle, right? Because this might not work for you, but maybe if you turn it around a little bit, sort of just roll it back a little bit. And there you have it. Okay? So then 5, and it's all about just finding the right spot. It's not just about brute force and squeezing it down. It's about finding just the right spot where your finger has enough pressure on each string to hold them all down. Okay? So just don't worry too much about that just yet, right? But it's a good little exercise to kind of strengthen up your hand and find that sweet spot where you can bar just right. All right, so plenty in that. Keep it up. I'll see you next week.